Odie Sports Info here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all, hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this reel because y'all know Odie keeps it real. Yeah, you guys, I'm going to rock with this picture for a couple of days, of the Cowardly Lion, Jamal Charlo, right? So we going to rock with this picture for a couple of days. But in other news, Roy Jones Jr., well, if you guys didn't know, because I just found out myself today, actually, that Roy Jones Jr. was addressed by Vladimir Klitschko, right, for basically being a Russian citizen, right? And Vladimir Klitschko had some words for Roy Jones Jr. And Roy Jones Jr., right, he clapped back because it's all about politics right now with Vladimir Klitschko. If you guys don't know, Vladimir Klitschko, he's into politics in the Ukraine now, right? And now he's throwing shots at people who have ties to Russia, right? And if you guys don't know, Roy Jones Jr., he has a gym in Russia. He has a training gym in Russia, right? He trains fighters over there in Russia. But let me share this. So Roy Jones takes exception to Klitschko criticism. Why would you target me? Right? Why would you target me, Klitschko? And I understand Roy, right? Out of all the people, why you coming after me? Why you throwing me in politics? Right? So this is what Vladimir Klitschko had to say. So Vladimir Klitschko said, I'm super happy to be able to address all of you, Klitschko said. Well, almost all of you. There's one person for whom I have a real question. One person broke the Ukrainian law by going to the occupied peninsula of Crimea through Russian territory. That person is Roy Jones. So, Roy, whose side are you on? On the side of the aggressor, or are you on the side of the defender of its rights to live? I respect you as a fighter, but I really question your moral compass. Right? It's like, wow. Okay. Right? So Roy Jones Jr., he claps back and he basically says, there's a lot of people still talking crazy, Jones Jr. told Ellie Setback at ES News. Klitschko trying to throw me into the political world, and I have nothing to do with politics. I'm like, look, I don't know what you're talking about with politics, but if you want to fight, you can call me. It's all good, right? And then Roy, he went on to say, why would you target me? Jones continued. I have nothing to do with that. I have people on both sides. I don't want to see nobody at war because Lomachenko, one of my favorites. You think I want to see him at war with Russia? I've got 25 kids I train in Russia, amateur kids that have nothing to do with that. I feel for those kids too. I don't want to see nobody at war. You're not the only one having a problem. Don't be trying to throw me in. Wait, don't be trying to throw me in it what they put me, because I didn't know why they put me on the blacklist for going to Crimea. I didn't understand that back in 2015. Right? So basically what this is a political hit, right? He's trying to go after Roy Jones Jr. on a political level. Vladimir Klitschko, right? He's trying to throw Roy Jones Jr. in some political stuff that he has nothing to do with. That he has nothing to do with. And this is the problem that I have with Klitschko now, right? You was pretty cool when you was a boxer, but now that you're getting into this political game, you're doing the political tactics, right? You spinning shit, you spinning narratives, and you spinning stuff now, Klitschko, right? You wanna question his moral compass. How could you question Roy Jones Jr. moral compass? He don't have nothing to do with the Ukrainian and Russian war. I mean, but this is what goes on, you guys. And Vladimir Klitschko should be ashamed of himself, right? He should be ashamed of himself for even putting Roy Jones Jr. in some war, right? For even putting him in between this, political nonsense. You should be ashamed of yourself. But like Roy Jones Jr. just said in this article, Vladimir Klitschko, if you want to fight, right, we can fight. This is what Roy just said. Roy just said it in the article, man. I don't know nothing about the political stuff, but if you want to fight, we can fight, right? Because I'm not in none of that, that war shit, right? I don't want to see nobody at war. He clearly said it. I don't want to see nobody at war. Lomachenko is my favorite fighter. I don't want to see him at war. I have 25 kids in Russia that I trained, that's amateurs, that have nothing to do with none of this stuff. And I feel for those kids too. So he have people on both sides that he care about. So why would you even throw this man's name in some political nonsense? Because you're trying to get brownie points, Klitschko. Right? And you know that Roy Jones Jr. is a big name in Russia. So you're trying to, it's clout chasing at this point. And this is what happens when you wrap yourself up in politics, man. It get really disgusting. Boxing already disgusting, y'all. Right? Boxing is already disgusting. Now Klitschko is trying to throw politics into, it's like, bro, no. We don't want to see war. Nobody want to see war, Klitschko. But attacking Roy Jones Jr. out of all of the, right, because you could have attacked Steven Seagal. Why you didn't go after Steven Seagal? He's a famous actor, and he's a Russian citizen and an American citizen. And he's more popular than Roy Jones Jr. He's a movie star. He's a worldwide movie star. Why you didn't go after him? No, you went at somebody that's in your field, that's in the boxing field. Somebody with a high name over there in Russia, right? With credibility over there, in the European, in Russia, Ukraine, over there, and you use his name for clout. And that's how that's how I'm taking it. And it's politics. It is politics. And if you was a man, Vladimir Klitschko, right? If you was a man, Vladimir Klitschko, you would call up Roy Jones Jr. or you would get on your Twitter page and you would apologize. Right? If you was a man, Vladimir Klitschko, if you was a man, you would get on some platform, right, to show your face, to show the world that you was wrong, bro. You was completely wrong for doing that. And it was disgusting. And you lost a lot of respect for me for doing it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of other people lost respect for you, bro. Right? And I don't want people to think that I'm saying he racist. No, this is not about color. This is about politics. This is about politics. It's not about color, none of that. It's about politics. And Vladimir Klitschko, well, I hope it's not about color, but Vladimir Klitschko, what I'm thinking that it's about, he's just using Roy Jones Jones Jr. name because he's a big name over there in that area. and he's just using his name for his political gain. Right? That's it. That's how I'm taking it. But I'm going to leave it right there, you guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video. This is Odilo Sports Info, and I'm gone.